Hello again, everyone, to my YouTube channel, and welcome to a new video with the tenses. Last time we've seen the present simple, and now we will see the present continuous. So let's get into it. So the first question you should ask as English tenses learner is, what is the rule of the present continuous? So every tense has a rule, right? And today we're going to tap into the rule of the present continuous as the first thing to learn about it. As we have seen in the previous lesson, the rule of the present simple is pretty much simple, which is the subject plus the verb. And the verb sometimes might take S when we have this in the subject pronoun she, he, and it. But for the present continuous, we have something different. We start with the subject as we usually do, and then we add the verb to be. Okay, as you can see, am is are. Then we add the verb, the base form of the verb, plus ing. Okay, we will understand that well with the examples. Okay, so here we have examples with the present continuous. The first example is with the subject pronoun I. As you can see, I am playing. So where's the verb here? Can you tell me where's the verb? Of course, so the verb is play, right? Then, as you can see, we started with the subject I, then we added am, which is what? It's the verb to be, excellent. Then play, the base form of the verb, plus ing. Never forget ing, okay? The same thing applies for she, he, it, and you with they, but the difference is happens in the verb to be. For she, he, it, of course, the verb to be is, okay? But for you with they, the verb to be is are. Okay, so what about the negative form? How can we use the present continuous with the negative form? As you can see here in the example, the following example, we have I am not playing, okay? So we have the same sentence structure, subject, verb to be, verb, ing, and then we have what? We have, of course, not, which expresses the negative form. It is between the verb to be and the base verb plus ing. Okay, this is how we do it. Not is always between the verb to be and the verb we're conjugating. Here the same thing applies to she, he, it, and you, we, they. So as you can see, for example, she is not playing and we are not playing. Okay? We can also use the short form, okay? And we can say he isn't playing, okay? He isn't playing. And sorry for my writing. So he isn't playing. Or the short form with are, we say aren't, okay? Aren't playing. This is the short form of the negative form. But of course, we cannot say I amn't. I amn't. This is not correct. We say I am not. Okay? Now let's move to the question form. Okay, as you can see here, we started with what? Number one is the verb to be. Excellent. We start with the verb to be. He is called now a helping verb or an auxiliary. Then we add what? Then we add our subject, which is I, and of course, verb plus ing. Never forget the ing, okay? And at the end, we add the question form or the question mark, sorry. The same thing applies here for she, he, and it. We start with the helping verb, is, because here we have she, he, and it, plus the verb plus ing, question mark. Then here we have what? Because we have you, we, and they, we start with the helping verb to be in the form of are. Okay, we start with are. Okay, you, we, they playing. So the question would be, are you playing? Are you playing now? Okay, perfect. Now what's most important is the usage of the present continuous. So you would ask me, why teacher are we using the present continuous? And why not using the present simple? So we've seen the present simple already. It's present, right? It's the same time. But what's the difference? So in the usage, we're going to tap into the difference between the present simple and present continuous. So for the present continuous, we use it when we want to talk about ongoing actions, which means the things that are happening right now. Okay, they are ongoing actions, they are still happening, and they are happening right now. Number two is to talk about longer actions in progress. For example, things that are developing, things that are in progress, things that are have a long period of time, happen in a long period of time. We see that in examples, of course. And the last thing is when we want to talk about actions planned for near future. How? You would tell me how is possible to use the present continuous with the near future. And let me tell you that in English, we use the present continuous to talk about near future. We call it in French le futur proche. It's when we want to talk about something that will happen just in few moments. We use the present continuous. We will see that in examples later on. So the first one is ongoing actions. And the first example is I'm listening to music now. Okay? The next sentence is John is playing football outside. And the last sentence is Sarah is making pasta in the kitchen. So, what is the common thing between these three sentences? So, the common thing between these sentences is that we are kind of reporting the the time, okay, or the continuity of these actions. For example, when I tell you that I'm teaching you now, what are we doing now? We are learning. You are learning, and I am teaching you. So we are kind of doing these things right now. And this is what we call by ongoing actions. So in this case, we use the present continuous to express this kind of duration of continuity of actions in which happen right now in the present moment. Next thing is long actions in progress. And the first example is, my sister is studying economy in BA. Okay, this is a pretty good example. And for example, when you are studying in a program and you want to tell somebody about it, which tense are you going to use in English? Of course, you're going to use the present continuous, okay? Why? Because the program you are studying, it has a very long period of time. For example, you're studying it in 6 months or maybe 2 years or 3 years. So if you want to report the amount of time you are having or using to study that program, for example, or doing a certain action, you have to use the present continuous. For example, we'll see that clearly in example number 2. Ahmed is living with his grandma. Okay, so living with somebody, is it a short period of time? Do we do it in a short period of time or in a long period of time, maybe a week and more? Of course, we need some time to live with someone. Like It takes months or even years when we want to tell somebody that we live or somebody else lives with someone. So the best choice is, of course, the present continuous. And the last example is he is not playing video games anymore. Okay, here we have the negative form. Okay, and we are here using the present continuous because this person has been playing video games. He was playing video games. Okay, and we will see the the past continues in the upcoming videos, inshallah. But now let's focus on the present continuous. And we are using the present continuous now to report or to transmit the message that this person is not playing video games. Okay, excellent. Now the third kind of usage of the present continuous is when we want to talk about actions planned for the near future. So for example, if I want to tell you that in a few moments I'm going to meet a friend, how can I say it in a smooth and native speaker like way? I'm going to use the present continuous. As you can see here in the first example, we have I'm meeting my friend after class. In instead of telling you I'm going to meet my friend after class, I'm going to choose to be smooth and fluent and use the present continuous to transmit or convey that message to you. So it would be better if I tell you I'm meeting my friend after class. It means that I'm gonna meet them after a few moments. And this is how we express the near future in English. Number two, we have we're having dinner at a new restaurant tonight. For example, this is the evening, right? It's 6 p.m. and we're gonna have dinner at, for example, 8 p.m. So it's not a pretty much long period of time. So because it's in the near future where this action is gonna take place, I'm going to use the present continuous. And the last example here is she's flying to Paris tomorrow morning. So instead of telling you she's going to fly to Paris tomorrow morning, the purpose here is to convey the message that there is not too much time between the time or the period when I'm telling you the message and the period where the message will happen. So it's near future, it's very close. This is why I am using here the present continuous instead of the future simple. And we will see the future tense in the next videos, inshallah. So let's practice, guys. Let's see how far we've come. Okay, so the question is complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. The first sentence is and we have the verb study English right now. This is what you're doing right now. You're studying English. Oh, I said the answer. Yeah, so the answer is I am. Okay, let's choose another color. So the answer is I am. And sorry for my handwriting. I am, and we have studying. Okay, studying. Never forget ing. English right now. Okay, I am studying English right now. You are studying English right now, and I am teaching you English right now. Okay, so here the next sentences for the next sentences. Leave me the answers in the comments below of the following sentences, okay? So click on pause, okay, and complete the sentences on your own. And let me see if you made any mistakes in the comment section below. And that's all, guys, for the present continuous. Thank you so much for watching. Please click on subscribe to receive videos, updates. That was teacher Diya Huda. See you soon.